Your further comments, I am melting into you, into us.
Right. And what more can you say beyond that? And what more clarification do you need? That's everything, that dissolution into unity. And when you refer to me, you're obviously not referring to my separate body or mind. You're referring to the consciousness that unifies us, that also rises to divide us as it individuates into the separate jiva, the separated sense of soul incarnatedness. But here we are reversing our attention so that we go back into the indivisible heart consciousness. That's what we do here. And we do it in a context in which bliss, or the eradication of suffering, in the midst of that dissolution becomes obvious. The reason why I don't always use the strict non-dual language, which is to simply refer to the self and the non-dual, is that that jargon does not do justice to the joy that arises when the dissolution of suffering occurs. I use the word bliss intentionally to describe that more exotic and profound immersion in the self, whereby suffering is eradicated. Bliss refers to the primal joy within being. When the mind falls away, when the silence draws you in, when the mind can't find an inside and outside.
Your comments, tears of joy. I had a very strange message from New Mexico, and I just asked what happened, and that response is my dog fell on the laptop keyboard.
Is he okay? I wish more humans would fall over onto their laptop keyboards and show the sign of moving toward that area where there's only expansion. See this, what's happening? This is it. Don't forget, just keep looking here. Don't wander off into there, you'll be finished. That's like a jungle of unrepentant suffering. So if you keep your attention flowing in this connection, once you find this connection, then you begin to learn how to remain in it. You don't give it up casually. You realize this is the ultimate relationship. This is what you're looking for in all your relationships. You're looking for this bliss. You're looking for it through sex, through drugs, through exercising, through reading, through writing. You're only looking for this. You're always in search of this. Do you know why? Because you can't live without it. You cannot live without this condition in a sane and respectful way. You'll become totally unsatisfied with everything about your life, even if everything else about your life is going well. You may have all your life in order, so to speak, but not have a lucid dissolution impact into being. And all you'll feel is that lack. The other things will not be able to satisfy you. You can enjoy them for what they're worth, and certainly a lot of people do that, and they try to adjust their lives around what they attain materially or emotionally or intellectually. And that's not bad. There's nothing evil about that. But it won't give you the final stroke of bliss that you're looking for. You're looking for something really dramatic. Everybody's looking for this theatrical breakthrough. Not, am I really enlightened or not? No. Theatrically evident. Demonstrated. Beyond doubt forever. So that if everything were to go wrong in your life, you would still know who you are. Even if the worst of the worst befell you, you would have this place that hadn't been touched by that. And was really just radiantly present. Are we waking up together? Is this happening this evening? Good. Just listen. Just listen to this madman and watch what happens to your awareness. You can feel this now. The clock strikes midnight within the self, and everything is eternally dark and eternally light at the same time. You know that sound of the bell at midnight? Even if there is no bell, just listen to me. I can see your attentions are being riveted on something. I look into your eyes, I look at your faces, your demeanor, your disposition, your position in consciousness, and I can see something's happening to you. It's happening to all of us. This is the teaching. It's like a wave or a sword of wakefulness cutting through everything. In one swoop, one swoosh. So this is what I bow down to. This is the Lord of Lords. Not a separate God in the sky or beyond everything, but the sword of wakefulness itself that cuts asunder the divided mind. Special sword is needed to repudiate, to destroy the mind of division. That mind is the non-dual mind. Even though this mind functions, it thinks and talks, it's rooted in the non-dual, and therefore that is what's communicated, even through the dualistic language. And any language is dualistic. There's really no such thing as non-dual language. That's a contradiction in terms. Are you with me? Is everything history now, other than what's happening in this second? That's the sign to look for. That all that was following you has somehow been left behind. That you're focused in a singleness of perception. A total meditation right now. That's the self having its way with you. That is the birth of the self. That's the sign of his or her or its presence. Is that only it begins to be remembered. Only it begins to be remembered. all the other content in the mind fly away like a dozen of black crows, away into the indistinguishable night. What remains is pure daylight, the light of the self, which is consciousness.